Paul, I was in the hairdressers the other day, obviously.
It's not a place you get me.
But you don't need to go.
No.
Paul goes to the hairdressers to get his eyebrows turned.
Just several times a week.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
Yeah. What happened in the
But
hairdressers?
anyway, I heard this elderly lady talking, and poor devil was riddled with arthritis, this woman, right? And she was talking about her daughter-in-law who expected her to mind her children while she went to work. So these are this lady's grandchildren, yeah. And basically, if she didn't mind the grandchildren, that she wouldn't get to see them. So this was like,
That's blackmail.
Isn't it? I was actually fucking horrified. I was horrified. Because I don't know about you, Paul, but there's absolutely no way on this planet I would expect my parents to rear my children. But I see it going on. There's a certain generation out there that expect it.
They're entitled.
They're very entitled. They expect huge amounts of money for wedding gifts or deposits on houses or all of this kind of crack.
Deposit on a house, like?
Yeah. We're looking 20, 30, 40 grand upwards.
What,
they're
they expect the parents to give them 20,
to give
30 grand
towards the
here,
purchase of their
go
house.
Buy yourself a house. It was like, go down to the shop, buy yourself 10 worth of sweets. Go out and buy yourself... No, go away.
They're expecting huge money off their parents to get started in life. And also that when they have children, that their parents will rear their children for them while they go to work for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, and some of these people are my generation as well. They're only in their 40s. Yeah.
Like if I asked my parents, I put 20 grand on me.
I know.
Have it.
Fucking joke, isn't it?
But it's funny, I saw a thing on YouTube the other night, and there was a guy talking about economics and about the unfairness of things. He was talking about people being priced out of the house market. And this is in the UK, but it's true of Ireland and other places as well. And he was saying that very rich people will give their son or daughter money to buy a house. And the son and daughter will live in it until they decide to go off somewhere else, and then the house can be rented out. So it's an investment. It's a thing. But it adds extra pressure to ordinary people then. There's less houses available because now these people are buying them for their sons or their daughters.
Jesus. Well, look, I think if you have the money, absolutely, of course. I have children myself, and so do you. I mean, you'd give them money if you had it.
Well, maybe.
If you had it to spare there, Paul, you know, you might give it. But like, I don't think children, I don't understand how adults who are out working and ready to start a family are still relying on their own parents.
You see, do you know what?
Like, I don't get that.
We have been through the Celtic Tiger. Previous to that, Ireland was a poor country, an agricultural country that its claim to fame was that we exported people all over the world. That was our chief export. Then the Celtic Tiger came along and suddenly people had loads and loads of money and they were building houses everywhere. You know, you'd be walking on the footpath, walking in the corner, there's a house, it wasn't there yesterday. I have to walk around it now because,
I have to walk around it now.
And this generation of entitled people grew up in that era where there was lots of money and they think, well, that's how things are. That's their default setting.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between me and you. We know what it was like beforehand.
Yes. That is such a good point, Paul, because I think that's actually it. It's the psychology of the whole thing, isn't it? Yeah. Where they feel like, oh yeah, we've always been handed everything, so why not handed everything for this as well?
And you see, this ties into the grandparents minding the grandkids too, because come back, previous to that, families would have moved in with their grandparents, or if one grandparent was dead, and the granny or grandfather, and so the grandparent was naturally there as part of the family, looking after the kids. Yeah. If, say, the father was traditionally out working and the mother had to go into town to do the shopping, the grandparent would look after the kids.
Yeah.
But then we kind of got into an arrangement like where the grandparents would be paid to look after the kids, or should they be paid to look after the kids?
Absolutely.
Because where's the line then between grandparents wanting to spend time with their grandkids and being paid to do so?
But you see, that's the thing that's really messed up. Do you know? And I think that's the piece that's really unfair. Like, I don't know about you, but I have told my children that I am, I have reared them, or I'm done. That's it. When you have grandchildren, I won't be rearing them. Yeah. I will be spending lovely, beautiful time with them, bringing them off on nice trips, things like that. I don't mind, and dropping them home again. Yeah, that's fine. I am really looking forward to that era of my life when it comes. but I will not be giving up my full-time job to rear my children's children. Because I think it takes the good out of it. Then you're just a parent all over again. You're a glorified parent even at that.
Yeah.
You know, living under the strict
An
regime of whatever
parent.
you're... An exploited parent, absolutely, that is looking after...
So are you the kind like, I get the t-shirt, I've been there, done that, I'm off doing my own thing now?
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Yeah.
did
I had children very young, you see. When I met up with Ger, I was only about 22, I think, my husband. And he already had a son. So I've never experienced that freedom. And I know you had children young as well. So
you wouldn't know to look at me.
you don't have that freedom to go and travel, you know, like you can bring them with you so far. But I think it was more difficult coming into blending a family because Jordan, you know, not being that he wasn't my, you know, blood son, you couldn't take him away from his mum for too long, you know, so we didn't get to go. We were going to go to Australia and you couldn't go and bring him, but you couldn't leave him either.
Yeah.
You know, so there was a lot of things, I suppose, pinning us down to staying in Ireland.
Right.
So when my children are reared, I want to travel.
That's it. You're gone.
That's it, yeah.
You see, you can say to them, you can connect to Granny on video now. You see, that wasn't available back in the day.
Oh,
either.
yeah.
So
It's
Granny's
not like they're gone
in
at all.
Tasmania, something up a mountain
Yeah.
somewhere, chasing Tasmanian devils.
Yeah.
And you can just do a video call with Granny, and
Yeah.
then she's off bungee jumping somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'd be interested to know what our viewers think about this because, like, I'm very strong and opinionated on it. And I'm very much like, oh, no, you don't expect your parents to rear your children, you know.
No, or to give you a heap of money. If they have a heap
Or to
of
give
money,
you loads of money.
that's a good start.
Yeah.
But whatever about giving you or maybe loan you something.
That'd be something my parents would do. They would loan me a small amount of money, but I would have to pay it back.
Yeah, and charge you huge interest.
Yeah, well, you know, the interest would be the emotional blackmail that you'd be getting in between for taking the fucking thing in the first place.
So let us know where you stand on this. Are we living in an age where young people have this sense of entitlement? They don't have to work for it
Paul,
themselves.
also, right, like, there are grandparents that want to do that.
Yeah.
That,
Well, that's what I said. Where's the line between...
I know. Like, I see my
wanting
sister
to.
now, she looks after her grandson a good bit.
Yeah.
Brings him to school and does a lot of stuff, and she's really happy to do that.
I wonder, could I put myself
bother
up for
her.
adoption, to be adopted by grandparents somewhere?
Oh my God. We put Paul up for adoption. I love it.
I'll think about that. I'll get back to you on that. We're the Happy Haters. Like us, subscribe to us. Talk to you soon.